Yo, what is going on YouTube and people of the world? It is Spud Gaming here, back with another video. Today I brought on another one of my friends. We're just going to refer to him as Dumpasaur because that's what everybody usually sees him as when we play together. So I'm going to ask him to say hi and then give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what we're going to be talking about today. So Dumpasaur, go ahead, tell him what you need to say.
What's up, guys? That's about it.
Alright, so basically what we're going to be talking about today is the possibility of a super Easter egg in Zombies Chronicles. And we have been talking about this a lot actually, because with Treyarch tweeting out that the M1911 will be making a return in Zombies Chronicles in the next few weeks, which obviously means when it comes out on Xbox One, it'll be in there. But we're going to be talking about the possibility that it won't just be given to us as a starting weapon, but it'll actually be able to be weld, kind of like the RK5, after completing a cross-map super Easter egg with all of these maps. So, Alex, or Dumpasaur, whatever you guys want to call him, let me know what you think about this.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. I know that we talked about it before. They tweeted out that they were going to add it, but they never really specified when they tweeted out if it was going to be given to us straight off the bat or if you needed to do something to unlock it. So I think there's a good, Treyarch's in a good position. I feel like if they did either one of them, I feel like people would still kind of be angry and still kind of I don't know, it's weird. Treyarch's put themselves in a pretty good spot right now. I don't know what their plan is going to be, but I feel like either way they go, if they just decide to give it to us straight off the bat, or if it's part of a bigger cross-map Easter egg like with the RK5 and all the other Black Ops 3 maps, I think it'd be a really cool thing to try either way.
Yeah, and I mean they definitely have the skin in studio, of course, because they put it in multiplayer, but that's something else, because I feel like if they're going to add the M1911 into Zombies, they need to bring in the nostalgia factor. And the big thing for me is when I load up Kino, I want to see a shiny, clunky looking M1911 as my starting pistol. Obviously it'll look better from when it was in Black Ops 1, but I want to see the shininess, and I don't want it to be the starting pistol that was added into multiplayer.
Yeah, I feel like I get what you're saying, because I understand. Definitely the M1911 that they added into multiplayer, it does not feel to me at least, nostalgic at all. It definitely feels a lot different from previous Call of Duties, especially Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1. World at War, it feels closer to that game than any other game.
Okay, so I mean, with the possibility of the cross-map Easter egg, I think what it's going to be is, instead of completing every Easter egg on every map like you had to do before you could do the Revelations Easter egg, I think what it's going to be is that people are starting to find these dolls on all the maps, the Samantha dolls, and I feel like there's going to be something with that'll correlate through each map that you'll take with you. Kind of a little bit like in Black Ops 2, where you brought the things across map with you, but I think it'll be something more along the lines of, you'll do this and it'll set this thing in motion that you could only do in the next map. If you did this in Nox, for example, you could only do it in Shinonuma, and then only in Verrückt and all. You could only do it if you do something in the map. So once those are all completed, you'll get another big million XP or whatever, and then you'll load up your next game and say it's on Kino, and you'll see that big shiny M1911.
Yeah, I feel like that could be a cool thing, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Black Ops 1 they had the same thing too, kind of if I don't remember what map it was exactly, I don't remember if it was Shangri-La or what, but on one map you got the goldenrod, and you could only do the next Easter egg if you, yeah,
that was,
only one.
It was Shangri-La, I think you got the goldenrod.
Yeah, so it could be something like that, where it transfers over into the next map. I think that'd be a lot better, rather than having to if we with the starting map, Black Ops 3 maps, if you had to complete every Easter egg. I think that'd be a little nicer and more fair to players who aren't as good as zombies as others, if it's a little more accessible like that, where you don't have to complete every Easter egg.
Right, and I think even if they had to do cross map to where you would get it, I think it would encourage more people to play zombies, and more co-op and 4-man teams to play zombies. You'll get a bigger community to play because everybody wants to unlock the M1911. So it'll bring in a bigger audience to zombies, possibly helping World War II zombies and the next Treyarch game, and so on and so forth. But I think it's a good possibility, and I think whether or not a super Easter egg involves M1911. I think that in some way, shape, or form, there is a super Easter egg in Zombies Chronicles. Whether or not it involves the M1911, I just really hope that it does involve the M1911, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I definitely think there is a super Easter egg. There's definitely something that we don't know about yet. But like you said, if it involves the 1911, I don't know.
Right, and
but I think it would.
Go ahead.
No, I just think it would be a nice touch if the super Easter egg had something to do with the 1911.
Right, and I feel like there's endless possibilities that they could have done now that Treyarch has had so many games, so many years of experience, that them doing a super Easter egg is not unrealistic. And I think the time trials was almost like a trial for them to see how that would work, and I think there's something in each map that needs to be done to complete a super Easter egg at the end of Origins, per se. But obviously in Origins, you're going to keep the Mauser, you'll keep the Boomhilda, because you can't have Origins without that gun. It'll be implemented in all of your other maps when you load in.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you what you thought they might do, considering I think you've picked up the 1911 in multiplayer a couple times, or at least seen it, because it's not the exact same model as like the older games, like I said, and it only has 7 bullets in one clip. So what do you think they're gonna maybe change the model, or like at least change the stats and the ammo capacity for zombies, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think if now that they're adding it back in to Zombies, I think it'll be completely reskinned, which is why I think it took them so long to put it into Zombies in the first place, because they wanted to ensure that they got the nostalgia factor, that they got it right, that they got the skin right, and all that fun stuff, the ammo, the damage, and everything. So I think that's why it took them a few weeks longer, and that's why they waited for it to come out on Xbox as like an extra, like, here's an extra thing that you get along with everything else that we gave you when Zombies Chronicles came out, but we wanted to get it right, and I think they'd understand because of that.
Yeah. So another question I want to ask you now, how do you feel if maybe a super Easter egg would involve like maybe changing some of the wall buys around the maps? Because I know Kino and Chronicles doesn't have like the MP40 wall buy, you can only get it out of the box. Or like for Origins, I doubt they're gonna have the AK-74U wall buy.
Right.
Do you think?
I think it'd be cool if it was something along the lines of Revelations, when you got the Tommy gun off the wall, where there was a hidden chalk on every map, and what you could do with that chalk is you could go to the old wall buys, and if you have like say the MP40 on Kino, you could go up to the old MP40 wall buy. If you have the MP40, you could then take the chalk and redraw the MP40 on the wall, and then maybe moving forward to every game, that's now your wall gun.
Trying to do some buried stuff like that.
Hey man, Buried, it was innovative. That's what I mean. And they did the same. It came back from Revelations, and nobody really made a big deal about it other than the fact that the Tommy gun was in the map.
Yeah, it's a different kind of concept straight from Buried, but like, I think it would be kind of cool, like, if maybe there is like certain other steps you'd have to do in the map to change the wall buyer to make it like, or maybe they're just gonna patch it in. Who knows? Because like, I don't even know, do you know off the top of your head if the AK-74U is even in Chronicles or no? As of now.
No, I don't think so. Not as of now. I don't believe it is. Which I think now that they know that everybody wanted the M1911 and all this stuff, I think they'll also recognize that people want the AK-74U and the MP40 wall buy and all that fun stuff, because you have the STG on the wall, so why wouldn't you put the MP40? At least I'm almost positive STG is on the wall.
I think it is, but I don't know. For sure.
It wouldn't make sense to me for them not to put all these things in the map and then make it the map that everybody wants.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It seems to me like the multiplayer team and the Zombies team weren't really, what would you say? Like communicating that well? Yeah, weren't on the same page when they were adding stuff, because I feel like with the release of the Chronicles and then the M1911 and the AK-74U coming out in multiplayer, it just seemed like a really weird timing thing.
Yeah, and I think when they released it in the multiplayer, I could almost imagine Jason Blundell sitting there wanting to wring all the MP guys' necks, because like he couldn't believe that they did it. But I don't know. I think it's just time will have to tell. I'm sure somebody will find something that will relate to it. But for now, that's gonna wrap up this video. one last time, thank you, Dumposaur, for coming on.
No problem.
I'm sure you guys will see him in another video. But as usual, I'm doing this channel for you guys and my personal enjoyment, and I will see you guys in the next one.